If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. So you don't miss anything, click the bell notification. Hello, Louse on the Road subscribers and followers. I made a video the other day. Someone asked me the question, do we feel deprived living on $850 a month as our budget? Put a video to the link to that video right here, and where I stated no, we don't feel deprived. There was one fella who was very upset with me, and what was odd, it wasn't a troll. I mean, he and I had several conversations over the last 6 months where we talked about living as a nomad, but he was very upset that I would suggest that anybody can live like we do on such a small amount of money. I didn't want to spend a lot of time focusing on his anger. I mean, I ended up having to block him from the channel. I can't even make comments on other channels now without him beating me up. But it did get me to thinking about, do we need the best of things? The best TV, the best electric system? I keep coming back to, no, I don't. So today I asked the question in my Facebook group, what are the advantages to having the best equipment, living as a nomad or camping? I was actually surprised how many people thought you did need the best equipment, and they gave reasons why you have to have it. But I'm still not convinced. And I'm going to go through some of the things that we depend on, very much so, that is not the best. It's far from the best. So let me get started. The battery. For our house, it's a RV marine battery, 120 something amp hours. Bought it at Walmart for 89 bucks. Now, the last one we had was over a year old. Of course, it got burned up in the pop-up camper fire, but it lasted the entire year. There was no signs of it failing. So for $89, I have a battery that powers my house quite well. The inverter. I have what's called a modified sine wave inverter. It's definitely not the best. It's a $40 inverter that inverts my DC from the battery to AC electric. Not even close to being the best, because you can get a true sine wave for about $100 more. Now, the advantages that I found with the modified is, one, I don't need true sine wave. It doesn't hurt anything that I'm running. But I have damaged my inverter several times. One in a fire, I spilled soup on one, I got water on one. So imagine all the money I would have spent damaging the more expensive one. So I'm quite satisfied with the inverter. The generator. Now, a lot of people will tell you you need a Honda generator. It's very quiet. It's an inverter generator. It's very quiet, very efficient. It gets about 9 hours on a tank of gas, and it costs about $1,000 bucks. Or you could do what we did, and we bought the Champion generator, inverter generator. It is 2 decibels louder than the Honda, but hardly noticeable. I can still sit next to it and talk to Carolyn in the voice that you are hearing me talk to you. I don't have to scream or holler. It sits right outside the camper. The old one sat outside the pop-up camper. And, we still watch movies. And it's only $450 at Walmart. Now, quality. Is it going to last as long? Well, I don't know. I mean, there's been lots of reviews made on TV, but our old generator had 2,000 hours on it, and there was no signs of it failing. Of course, it got burnt up in the fire with everything else, and I'm actually kind of disappointed I don't still have that one, because I really wanted to see how long it lasted. I ran that thing 4 to 6 hours every day, and without fail, it started up perfect. The camper itself, this is a big one, because a lot of folks tell me that they cannot live in a homemade truck camper, just too small, or the pop-up camper. Now, pop-up camper costs $650. I never had an issue with it, never. As a matter of fact, anything that broke in it was easy to fix, because it really didn't matter how I fixed it. The water pump failed, go get a cheap one off Amazon. And the water pump I bought off Amazon lasted great. There's a YouTuber who bought a big fifth wheel. His adventure had to stop. I think it was in North Dakota, that he had to stop his adventure because his slides weren't working, and he had to take it to someplace to get it fixed, and it took him 6 months to get it repaired. Well, I didn't have any problems with my slides. As a matter of fact, when I bought it, the cables broke on my pop-up, and I replaced all of them. It took 2 hours per cable. So the truck camper. I built the truck camper for about $550. and it's just perfect. I mean, it works perfectly. Now, is it too small? You know, Carolyn and I are doing very well in it. I don't understand why I have to have a lot of space, considering I don't spend a lot of time in it. That was the whole point of the adventure, was to go see the world, not inside. People say, well, what about it when it's raining? Well, when it's raining, what does everybody do inside of a house when it's raining? Watch TV or get on the computer. That's what we do. This is actually doing better. Our smaller space is actually doing better than our pop-up. Because now we have a shower inside the camper. One other item that we depend on a lot is the refrigerator. And I've said this before. There are 3 kinds of refrigerators that we could have bought. We could have bought a 3-way refrigerator. And I've heard nothing good about 3-way refrigerators. They use propane, AC, or DC electric. And anytime I discussed it, brought it up in the camping groups and Facebook, my dad had one. Nobody that I am aware of really likes them. Now, you may like them. That's fine. I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying I'm not willing to spend however much money I need to spend on a 3-way refrigerator to find out what most people are telling me, which is they don't work. Or I could have went with just a DC refrigerator to have an equivalent size, and this is key because every time I bring up the DC refrigerator, everybody shows me a cheaper one. But have an equivalent size that has a freezer and a fridge and can hold us 2 weeks worth of food. When I look it up, it's $1,200 to $1,500. Or I can buy an AC refrigerator from Walmart, and it only cost me $160. So basically, I can buy 10 of these refrigerators for the same price as one DC refrigerator. And then finally, the Coleman stove. I could have went and bought the really expensive one. I think it was $130, where it lights itself. Or I could have bought the one we have, which I have to light with a $1.50 lighter, and it works great. I mean, this thing works great. It's better than anything I could have imagined, and it was like 30 bucks. So I'm not sure I understand the thought process behind why we have to have the best, live the nomadic lifestyle, or go camping. I think the point of all this is to relax, so you don't have to worry about that stuff. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.